Glenmorgan's a small rural town located about 400 kilometres west of Brisbane. Our local area population is around 200 and our main industries are beef and grain. Glenmorgan is a popular tourist stop for the grey nomads, being located on a main highway headed west and offering attractions such as the heritage listed Mile Park Botanic Gardens and Monty's Car Museum.
Our community holds great events. We have a couple of camp drafts and a trail bike ride, and the reinvigorated CWA are holding workshops to bring our local country women together.
Glenmorgan's a great place to raise kids. There are lots of new babies in the area and it feels like it has a really bright future.
I'm Tomo, live just out of Glenmorgan on a property. Love the place, it's the greatest little town. There's plenty to do. We've got camp draft, pistol club, the school's great, small but great. Tennis club's going, the hall committee, everything's going here. We still have a pub, the shop's reopening, but it's the best little town in the inside country. And you're never too young or old to come to the Morge.
But right now we're facing a challenge. Glenmorgan is currently drought declared, having received only 11% of the long-term average summer rainfall for the past 2 summers. Drought has impacted heavily on farming businesses, which has resulted in people leaving town. It's been a factor in the closure of our shop and our kindergarten. The shop closure has really impacted on other local businesses and the general morale of the community. Tourists seldom stop anymore, which means less money flowing around the town, and the community has lost a meeting place and a provider of basic food supplies.
But we're not taking this lying down. Glenmorgan has a proud history of pitching in and banding together when the going gets tough. When our only pub burnt down in 1978, the community formed a co-op and donated funds to rebuild it and get it back up and running. It's this great heritage we're drawing on now.
We recently formed Glenmorgan Inc., a not-for-profit entity focused on facilitating community engagement and vitality through the acquisition, maintenance and improvement of buildings, facilities, services and businesses used and accessed by members of the Glenmorgan community. Like many small communities, we're all on every committee, and we saw this as a way of creating one group to absorb many of the community's small committees and preserve and focus our collective energy. The group's formation was brought about through the closure of the shop. We realised we had to do something to save it, as it was such an important business and service to the town.
The Glenmorgan store is for sale, and we'd like to purchase the land and building and reopen the shop, provide the town with basic supplies and a great meeting place. It'll bring back the traveller dollar, which has a positive flow-on effect throughout the town and also provide employment opportunities. We'd like to modernise the shop and make it more appealing, and would like to fence the land around it and put in a playground so it's safe and fun for kids to play while their parents catch up for a coffee.
We want to rejuvenate the tennis courts to provide a facility for fitness and a place for people to meet and interact in an active way.
We want to work out a way that we can reopen our kindy to cater for the kids that will need it very soon. This is really important in keeping young families in the district and to support our local primary school.
We'd like to improve the end of the line to better display our town and community's history.
We run one of the best regional camp drafts in the state. This is a great event to bring the local community together and organise this event. There's 2 camp drafts held a year, which bring great inflow of external money into the town. We think we'd be able to attract more people, more competitors, tourists, if our facilities were upgraded.
These projects will improve the sustainability of the town by attracting money from outside the town, which flows throughout the town and benefits the whole community. These projects will keep young families in our community, which ensures our vitality. In good seasons, our community is an important contributor to the economy, and these projects will help ensure that continues despite the vagaries of the season.
Living in a rural area, it would be nice to have somewhere to go and catch up with friends, have a coffee and have somewhere safe that the kids can play and socialise together.
Yeah, look, I guess for me, my father went to school at the local school, and my grandfather came here and settled after the Second World War. So the town has got a lot of history for me, and now that we've started having our own family, I guess that really crystallises what it is to be a part of a community and what it means to keep these small towns going and what it means for people. And so that's why we think it's really important to fight for it and not let it die, because once it's gone for good. And the opportunities then for connection and for community that this little part of the world have is gone.
Well, I'm a southerner. I'm from down on the Victorian border originally, and it was a bit of a shock to me when I first came up, you know, coming from such a picturesque area to a more flat, rugged environment, I suppose. But the thing about Glenmorgan is the people, you know, making it such a great community and a fantastic place. As cliche as that sounds, it really rings true for Glenmorgan.
Yeah, as a young beef producer in the area, bringing up a young family, we felt we had to do something. So we've all banded together, and you know, this is the result of what we're doing. And I really feel that we've got the opportunity here to do something great. And yeah, and I think that it is a very important thing what we're doing, and I really do feel that this is going to, you know, make you know, our kids' generations and years to come, it'll be a good thing that'll leave a bit of a legacy in the town. There's something about this little community. It's fantastic. Is you know, look, in all of Western Queensland, all rural Australia, you find in these little communities. There's just something about the feel. There's something about the community, and look, I think what really makes it is we all get together, we all band together, and we get in and do things. And look, things are pretty hard at the moment. And talking to people, and just yesterday we were at an event, and we were talking to people, but we all stick together, and we all help each other out. And I really feel that this what we're doing here will really help us and make us stronger. And it'll be something the kids will, for years to come, like it'll be real legacy.
So I suppose our group started with the closure of the shop, which we felt was a pretty important part of our town, a meeting place and a place to catch up other than the pub, and it sort of evolved out of that. We're going from the shop, and now we want to update the whole town. We want to get the tennis courts done up, the hall. We want to absorb all the committees that are doing all the work in town into one big committee, and drive the town forward and make it a much more enjoyable, livable place. So it's time to make Glenmorgan great again.
We have a vision. We have a leadership group, and we have community support. We are ready and willing to benefit from the expertise that Rural Aid can provide in helping us deliver our vision. We want to save our town and ensure its sustainability for all the great people who live in and around it.
Let's make Glenmorgan great again!